Tuesday recap. Today was the day before CPI. We had PPI today. Um, so that was at 8:30. What I was looking at, starting at the daily, is we're still bearish. We haven't broke out of this range, and we're inside of a daily fair value gap now. And we have we had SMTs here, right? Right inside of this imbalance. We had SMT here, we had SMT up there. So basically what that is telling me is that longs are just not valid whatsoever. I don't want to be longing unless we inverse this gap and we get close to this high. So odds are I want to look for shorts today. Um, yeah, just a shit ton of SMTs. SMT off of data highs too. So, well, this is London high actually, and news did that. News was the manipulation. And so I expect this to get inverse basically and for us to go lower. Um, on the 15 minute, we had this juicy low right here. We had these lows right here. This low was inside of a 15-minute for value gap. So yeah, I'm just looking for lower targets basically, but first we need to get through this 830 gap or get some sort of displacement into it, strong displacement below a low before we do that, which would be this, and then we would retrace here and then displacement or something like that. Um, we didn't exactly get that. We came all the way up here and then dropped. So, but market opens right here, right? We're inside of this range. We put in an SMT up here, another one. We get displacement down. And so I'm waiting for some sort of retrace and then displacement from a gap and then taking that lower to these lows. Um, what ends up happening is we come up, we don't sweep these highs, right? You never, in my opinion, this has worked for me the most is you don't target highs that are SMTs or lows that are SMTs. Just that simple. It's just lower probability. So even if we did displace above all of this, we look like we're invalidating everything. Even if we got to retrace here and then displacement out of it, I don't think we're gonna go higher. So judging off of this, right, on the 5 minute, 5 minute actually was cleaner in my opinion. So yes, we come into this gap, right? We get a 5 minute displacement inverse this gap, but there's an SMT at this high. I don't expect it to come back to, and we inverse this on the five, this bullish 5 minute gap, and I'm bearish, right? And we got bearish displacement. So in theory, this longer term trade could have definitely been good if you took it down to here. That could have been good, but I just don't like to play it on the 5 minute. It's just not how I prefer to trade. Um, but this like low that got displaced below, this leg should be, it should be what's the word? It should be respected. Like it shouldn't manipulate up here. This should be a protected high. Um so yeah, and then we go down, we get this retrace and see, there's a 5 minute gap we tapped into. Yeah, there was a 5 minute gap right there that we tapped into. Yeah, I'm guessing here. And yeah, just displacement down. So inverse would have been bad, but in my opinion, it was bad just because like you're already at the lows, kind of. But then as soon as we displace this low and this 15-minute for value gap that I had marked out, and we displace like this, I'm expecting us to go to this 15-minute low, right? Because if we're looking at this, right, it would be this candle right here. We basically inverse this 15-minute gap. We after sweeping this low and entering that gap, like instantly we just displace right through it. And so the clearest low would be right here for me. So I'm targeting that now. I think we're still bearish. So this is what I was looking at, right? Right here. So initially sweep it, retrace, and then we displace like that. Beautiful, right? ES takes it out. All of them take it out. We displace a little that low. Now, this is where I got tricked out. This has happened to me one other time before in like November. And yes, it has been a long time, but like this is like a valuable lesson. Actually, it happened to me two times. Once in November, I think once in December. maybe even three times. I don't know, but it's happened to me multiple times before, and like this just shouldn't be a trade that I take. So my draw was lower, right? Waited for a retrace. We retrace into a big 3 minute gap right here, right? Odds are we're probably going to support that gap, and go lower. But here's the thing, like just looking at this, this is the leg that we're delivering from, right? And we retrace to here, we get that inverse, but it's so it's not it hasn't reached like this is what I was looking at, but it hasn't literally hasn't reached the premium of the range yet. It's just kind of down here, just kind of chopping around. I'm not gonna lie, it didn't really look like chop when I was in it. Um but like this is what you want to see, You want to come into a gap, you want to get good displacement, inversing a gap. Yes, but like it's it's too low into the leg to actually take this trade. There's this strong order block here, which I know at least two times before has fucked me. And like if you're just thinking about it, bro, we're in this whole entire leg. We didn't retrace the equilibrium. We do get this good displacement, but like to go break even at that low, that's like just barely a point 0.5 RR. I would have gone break even at that low. We didn't hit it, but just like this is a fake out. This is the definition of a fake out. Yes, it looks good. Hits a 3 minute gap. Gets the inverse. Clean displacement. Good, but we just are too low in the leg. We swept liquidity. We displace. Right. We do expect to go lower, but it's just not yet. We expect to go lower. Wait for that, equilibrium to at least get hit. What happened here, or like a higher time frame gap, but what happened here was we came into this 15-minute gap right here, and we hit it. We like very little time. We didn't fuck around in there, and then we got this fat displacement out of it. And so now I'm like, okay, looking at this leg, did we hit equilibrium? Are we in premium of the range? Yes, OTE, perfect. We get fat displacement from a 15-minute gap. Did ES hit the 15-minute gap? No, ES edged it, but ES was already in a 10-minute, a 5-minute, all that crap. Um, and so just off of this fat displacement, inversing these two 1 minute gaps, you take that entry right there, stops at the highs, take profit. You can literally target these lows. That's a 1.6 R. What did I say? Yeah, so as soon as these lows are swept, I would say I would be break even. But like judging from this displacement and the next candle after that, like we are gonna go. We like this is showing all the signs are gonna go lower. This next candle, it literally inverse all these gaps right here too, and so there's literally nothing for us to reverse off of besides these lows. So as soon as those lows are swept, you go break even. We take 2 minutes before we actually dump, you know. But like, yeah, that's a super clear trade, right? Fucked up on here on the funded. It was like a $200 loss. So like now, bro, I'm like $50 down total on the account. I was up like 150 before. And like it's fine. I took a small loss and I'm not taking trades like this ever again because now I know what they look like. Same thing. I remember it like just like it was fucking yesterday. At least one of the trades. No, I remember both of them actually, right? We had a huge displacement down. We retraced to like maybe a 2 minute fair value gap, got a 1 minute inverse, like super short in the leg. We did not get to equilibrium of that. Second one that I know for sure, we retraced, we didn't get an entry. And then yeah, literally same thing. This actually that trade might have gone to equilibrium, but it's just like if you're taking these small V shapes right here at the very bottom of the leg, that is just kind of risky. You want to be taking it higher up in the leg if possible, at least equilibrium. And so, yeah, you're expecting reject from here. You get fat displacement. You don't expect to go higher from there. break even here, target these lows, hold a little longer because we like to, displace with energy through these lows. And yeah, so I'll show my accounts real quick for proof. But yeah, so this is the funded $48 down, 208 loss, right? And then the eval 922. Thing is, bro, I got I I'll show my executions, but like I could have passed my account today, passed this account, but I thought I was over leveraged because I did my math wrong. And yeah, kind of bit the bullet because I did my fucking math wrong. If I didn't take out, because I entered right here, I took out two right here. If I added those two contracts back in, like 90% sure I would have just passed the account. Or I would have gone even closer to passing the account and didn't pass the account. So I don't know. I don't really care though. Tomorrow should be good because CPI. Um, but yeah, key lesson from today is uh make sure you hit like in the leg that you're expecting us to reject from, make sure you just hit like equilibrium of that range or like get a good retrace. I feel like I feel like the best trades that I get is when this low, like you have a target lower, right? You think we're gonna go lower, but before you get there, you have the low that we retrace from, like this. When that is enough for you to have a full TP, those are the best trades. Um, when you go right here and you take this entry, you're like that you can't take profit there. You can't take anything out there. So I believe those are the best trades to take. And yeah, seems like we are flipping bullish right now. I would say this high is probably going to get hit. Yeah, we inverse the 5 minute, 10 minutes about to inverse. Oh, that's a big ass 15 minute though. So technically we're still respecting 15 minute. We have 5 more minutes to do that. And I think an easy target would be this high. And oh yeah, ES is well beyond that. And this 15 minute gap right here. I'm just doing that for fun. But yeah, the trade recap's over. That's all I got for today. Yeah, learn my lesson.